So, du stehst, glaube ich, vor der Kamera gerade. Du kannst auch hier scannen. Setzt euch mal. Wir spielen heute beim Proof of Work Summit 2024 in Frankfurt Who Wants to be a Satoshi Millionaire? Es gibt Preise. Wir haben hier ein Seedor Starter Set, wir haben eine BIP39 Flasche und wir haben ein Portal. Und die Leute von zu Hause, die mitspielen, ihr dürft für Bragging Rights mitspielen. Es gibt leider, wird nichts zugeschickt. Und einfach mal den QR-Code scannen oder auf slido.com/212. Und dann starten wir in so einer Minute. Schauen wir mal, wie viele Leute schon dabei sind. You can join and scan. So, one person called Morning. You can give yourself a name. Upper right corner, you can rename yourself. Playing Bitcoin trivia, mining questions, cryptography. And I think we wait for 10 people. Do we get 10 people? No, we don't. Log on in. I think I shared it on Twitter, but the problem is we're competing against Jameson Lobb, who's on stage. Slido.com. I will activate my 2 Twitter followers. All right, John Galt, Bitcoin Rebel. I think I can place the people in the audience. 5 people, we have 3 prizes. So if you don't make a prize here, I feel sorry for you. B10C, oh, is that the real B10C? Yeah, I mean, okay, if it's about mining, I think, I mean, there's a good chance that this guy might win. He's one of the earliest Bitcoin miners, if that's actually him. So I would say, I mean, you can always join later on, but we will start now with the first question. It's going to be an easy question. We all know Bitcoin mining is happening now in El Salvador. El Salvador has adopted the Bitcoin standard. But do you know where El Salvador is placed? Which of these countries, A, B, C, is El Salvador? Or is the answer D, none of those countries? And I'm just trying to trick you into choosing one of those. Where is El Salvador? On which coast? This is Middle America for the people that don't know. A, B, or C? Where is Nayib Bukele pointing his finger? It's the first question. Maybe it's a trick question, but I'm going to need your votes. The majority chose B, which is good. Somebody fell for the trick question, but I helped you. I mean, look at it. It's just like Nayib Bukele is pointing at it, and the B is even like a Bitcoin symbol. You could have known. It's never the trick question. But yeah, well done to the people. We will look back later on the leaderboard, but we'll continue with the second question now. Are you ready? The people should show up now, I think. Do you see the leaderboard? I think if I continue now, the next question will come now, I think. Yes. On the 29th of July 2014, the very first hardware wallet was released. Which was it? Was it the Trezor Model 1, the Bitbox01, the Ledger HW1, or the Trezor Model T? What was the first Bitcoin hardware wallet that was released? July 29th of the year 2014. Trezor Model 1, Bitbox01, Ledger HW1, or Trezor Model T? So the majority chose Trezor Model T. Only Trezor was chosen, and some people chose the Trezor Model T, but the Model T came after the Model 1. So congratulations to Tom, who is in the lead. Congratulations, applause, Tom. It's not just about getting answers right, but also being quick if there's a tie. And John is also on the second place. And the rest, I mean, you had your chance. Okay, there's 21 questions in total, so you have a lot of time to catch up. We will continue. First off, this is the first hardware signing device that is either stick or slush hand. And it used to cost 1 Bitcoin, which was at the time $600 for a Trezor Model 1 out of plastic. And the aluminum version cost 3 Bitcoin, again, $1,800. So yeah, prices have come down. One of the prizes is a new generation of hardware signing device. It's an NFC wallet with a screen, the Portal by 22. And we continue with the next question. Are you ready? Question number 3. Which famous cypherpunk was the second employee after Phil Zimmermann at the PGP Corporation? Was it Michael Parenti, was it Adam Beck, was it Len Sazerman, or was it Hal Finney? So we have 3 Americans and a British dude. Who was the second employee after Phil Zimmermann at the PGP Corporation? Phil Zimmermann is attending this conference. He speaks later today. Met him yesterday, talked about Nostr. Oh, people chose Len Sasserman. That's very interesting. It was Hal Finney. Hal Finney was, up until his death, employed by Phil Zimmermann at the PGP Corporation. Michael Parenti is the organizer of the conference, and Adam Beck. They know each other probably. And Len Sazerman, he is a cypherpunk who later continued to work in Belgium, and some people consider him, maybe he was Satoshi, but it was Hal Finney is the correct answer. Let's look at the leaderboard. Nothing changed because you all got it wrong. We go to the next question. If the exchange rate for 1 Bitcoin is 59,400 euros, approximately how many Bitcoin would you get for 120 euros? Is it 0.002, 0.005, 0.01, or 0.02 Bitcoin? If the exchange rate is 60,000 euros, you can always join if you want. You can just scan the QR code. I think the leader only has 2 questions correct right now. Come on in, all of you. The crowd, yes. Take a seat. All right, this was just quick maths, a little bit of arithmetic. And the majority got it correct. It's 200,000 Satoshi that gets you 120 euros worth of Bitcoin. And looking at the leaderboard, John Galt is good at math. The other people, not so much. B10C is playing along. So if it's the legit guy, please send a message on Twitter to verify that it's you. And you can just scan the QR code, or you go to slido.com and you can play along. Please, are you ready? Have you joined? We go back, sorry. You have to do work, yes. Scan the QR code. I just clicked back. Yes, it's okay, yeah. So there's some prices here if you play along. This is the top prize. I misclicked just now because I thought the leaderboard would show, but I forgot to set the leaderboard on the next question. So again, some people chose this answer now, which is incorrect. Again, are you guys ready? Have you set up? No. The Wi-Fi password is Frankfurt, and then you can connect. I will give you 10 more seconds. Hopefully somebody in the audience online. We have 9 participants. Let's go to 10. Come on. My goal was 21 because competing with Jameson Lopp is tough. You're in, and the top right, you can give yourself a name, and then, are you ready? Somebody's taking out a second phone, I think, to double his chances. Those are great prizes, by the way. All right. We continue with the next question, because this was the correct one. The next question should pop up now. People watching at home, there might be a delay of a couple seconds. Oh no, there's a leaderboard. Well, okay. Next question. What was special about the Bitcoin donation Luke Dasher received from Chun Wang on December 7, 2021? It had an enormous change output. It had a complete block reward. It had a mysterious op return message, or it was the first Taproot transaction. Chun Wang, founder of F2 Pool, donated to Luke Dasher, Bitcoin Core developer, Bitcoin Knots developer. What was special about this donation? You just joined. You can scan the QR and play along. Mike, come on in. All right, so first Taproot transaction would make sense because Taproot was, I think, released in November 2021. I was recently corrected on that. But it had an enormous change output, and we can look at it he really, so Tom, I think, no, the leader did not know that. B10C knew that. Here it is. He donated 1 Bitcoin and had 8,999 change output. His UTXO was 9,000 Bitcoin, and he donated a little bit to Luke Dasher, who some people call Luke Dash Jr., but it's Luke Dasher. That's his name. But his actual name is, I think, Mike Krombowski. Yeah. All right. We're going to the next question. People that just joined, you can just scan the QR or go on the website. You can play along. I'm talking to you. You have your phone out. Are you ready? Participation is half the game. All right.
Are you paid by participants?
I'm not even paid by participants. I'm not even paid at all. Yeah. I don't have to pay to be here. So there's a little step up. All right. We continue with the next question. Also, you can join if you want. Take out your phone, scan the code. He's shaking his head. All right. No registration, nothing. It's really like it's open. All right. A feature of the Proton Mail Bitcoin wallet is Bitcoin via email. What does their top-level domain .me? We've all seen it. What does it actually stand for? protonmail.me. Is it the Republic of Moldova, Mexico, Montenegro, or Principat de Monaco? What is the top-level domain .me actually signifying? Have you ever asked that question? And oh wow, the majority chose the correct answer. It is Montenegro. Round of applause to the several people, 5, that got it correct. Tom is in the lead, Tim is next, John. But again, time is also of the essence. If there's a tie, we look at the time. We continue with the next question. Which animal has already been sold for Bitcoin on the peer-to-peer no KYC platform Vaxel? Was it a crocodile, a horse, giraffe, or peregrine falcon? There's a open source app where you can exchange fiat for Bitcoin or anything that you want for Bitcoin. And somebody sold an animal. What kind of animal do you think it was? All right, somebody chose the giraffe, but I don't think like you can. No, it was just a horse. But yeah, the falcon, like I threw you off there because people actually apparently buy falcons, and that adjective probably threw you off. But yeah, let's look at the leaderboard. I think Tom knew that. Not bad. Who's using Vaxel? You use Vaxel? Show of hands. Install Vaxel. Come on, Vaxel.it. It's run by Satoshi Labs, entirely no profit. It's a cool app to buy and sell stuff via Bitcoin. Let's continue with the next question. What is the name of the project that wants to develop the first fully open source ASIC miner? Is it the Bit Hatchet, the Bit Axe, the Bit Tomahawk, or the Bit Chopper? You may have heard of it. If not, later today there's going to be a small speech by Osmu, by the open source miners, about this very ASIC miner. And it goes by the name of, the majority knows that. It is the Bit Axe. This guy didn't know that. Judging by that reaction. All those other names are still up for grabs. I came up with those. You can create a project. Looking at the leaderboard, John is in the lead. Oh, there's 3 people with 5 out of 8. Wonderful. B10C is also in the top 5. I think B10C is the only guy playing from home. That is how it looked. It started out, it was called the day miner because he wanted to build an ASIC chip that runs on solar only during the day. And everything is open source except for the actual ASIC chip right now. Comes from Bitmain, but they're working on that. Next question. Which of these mining companies is named after the British cryptographer Alan Turing? Is it Canaan, Hut8, Bitdeer, or Spondoolies? Which of these mining companies, they all do Bitcoin mining or other proof of work mining, and one of them has a nod to the late Alan Turing. Puzzled looks in the room. All right, Canaan, okay. It is Hut8, German Baracke 8, because that is where the Navy or the Marine had their laboratory to crack the German Enigma machine, and that is why they call themselves the Hut8. And he is considered the founder of AI. There was a movie? Who was starring in that? Was it Benedict Cumberbatch? Yeah, badminton tennis match. Yes, that guy, yes. All right, we continue with the next question. Let's have a look. It is. Oh yeah, we just had the name Spondulis pop up. It's a company that Blockstream acquired. It's a mining hardware manufacturer. Where does Spondulis, that name, come from? I think British people have a slight edge on this. Is it a breed of dog? Does it have to do with the mining? Is it a type of pasta, or is it like a cash reference in the name Spondulis? Let's see. Oh yeah, breed of dog is not the correct answer. It is a cash reference. It's from the Latin spondulix, and it refers to like a spending amount of money or like a pocket change. And yeah, Adam Beck bought this, and maybe later this year we will hear this company brought up again because Blockstream has a big mining facility that they announced in Q3. All right. Next question. I hope you learned something and you have fun. We continue. Who invented the Bitcoin Improvement Proposal process? Who invented the BIPs? Was it Gavin Andresen? Was it Mike Kern and Matt Corallo, Vladimir van der Laan, or was it Ampitheatre? Who is the originator behind the BIP process in Bitcoin? Where we, slow and steady improve Bitcoin after long, arduous discussions. What does the voting look like? All right, so Vladimir van der Laan has the fewest votes, but it's actually Ampitheatre. And who knows Ampitheatre? Show of hands, who has heard of Ampitheatre? He is a cypherpunk. So Tom is in the lead with 2. Here is a picture. That is Ampitheatre. He's a very OG early Bitcoiner. He founded the Dark Wallet together with Vitalik Buterin, out of which later the Samurai Wallet developed. And then he decided to join the Kurdish people in the civil war in Syria. And he's also big into 3D printed guns. And then, he fought there. He's keeping busy, but now he has returned and he has new projects and very much cypherpunk. We continue with the next question. What do you have in stock? Which cypherpunk was not referenced in the Bitcoin white paper? Wei Dai, Adam Beck, Nick Szabo, or Ralph Merkel? Which of these cypherpunk/cryptographers is not mentioned or referenced in the original Bitcoin white paper? You all pretend to have read it. One of these. Yes. You have to put it under your pillow and then it will. All right. Yes, the majority chose correctly. It's another NS. Nick Szabo was not even mentioned. His BitGold. All the others are. Adam Beck is even mentioned by name in writing, not just as a reference. And Tom is in the lead, but John Galt is picking up steam. Tom didn't know that. Tom chose. Who's Tom in this room? Where's Tom? Oh, this guy. All right. We continue with the next question. Which mining pool signs all of its blocks with a fish? Is it Ocean, Demand, Via BTC, or F2 pool?
Are you recycling?
You can't yell at the answer until people have chosen. Come again?
Did you have that question in Hanover lately?
I think I've had this question in Hanover. Yes, correct. And most people chose Ocean. And some people have learned, maybe because the photographer just yelled the correct answer. It is F2 pool. You would think that Ocean had something like this, but the reason behind this, F2 pool, we had an earlier question with Chun Wang, the guy with the 9,000 Bitcoin. His nickname is Satoshi, and I have a screen cap of a recently found block, and that's how they sign all of their blocks. And this is the discus fish. That is what, I don't know. He signed every block with this for some reason. We continue, and the next question is, what percentage of all Bitcoin blocks were empty to date? 0.16, 1.6, 10.6, or 16.0% of all Bitcoin blocks were entirely empty, just the Coinbase transaction to date. I mean, Ocean is still mining some empty blocks, or Antminer, but most of these blocks were early on. And the majority chose 1.6%, a little off. It's 10.6% of all Bitcoin blocks to date. The early ones, yes. Was not that much interest, and I think Satoshi He mined 1 point some million Bitcoin, like 22,000 blocks. And yeah, 10.6. But nowadays, I think the rate is closer to this, like currently, but in total. And oh yeah, oh wow, we have a Flashman and Blitz. Is it your second phone or? Yeah. John and Tom are in the lead. We continue with the next question. The architecture of printed circuit boards, PCBs, is saved in which file format? PSBT, Gerber files, riser file system, or data stitch Tajima? We just saw like the day miner and the BitX, and in order to have like a printed circuit board, you have like a vectorized file where everything goes. And what is the name type of that file? I gave you 30 seconds on this answer. You know, or you guess correctly. Wow, the majority chose correct. It is the Gerber or Gerber file. Who knows this file system, Riser? Yeah, it was a very prominent Linux file system. It had a lot of potential, but then Hans Reiser, the guy, killed his wife and went to jail, and nobody used this file system anymore. But yes, PSBT, partially signed Bitcoin transactions, we use in Bitcoin, and this is for stitching on merchandise items, caps. John is in the lead, and Tom is also, wow. So you have to, you have over a minute ahead of Tom, so it looks like you win your own hardware signing device. we change it. All right, next question. Oh yeah, that's how a Gerber file looks like. That's a printed circuit board, and you get like these things, but it's like mostly machine code, and then this can be displayed like that. Get ready for the next question. Which of these mining companies is also a BIP39 seed word? Riot, Marathon, Hive, or Iris? Hive out there, they're a sponsor to the conference. But are they also a BIP39 seed word? People nod. People think of their own seed. Have I one of these words in my seed? You can have a look, yes. Every single BIP39 seed word is laser engraved on here, but oh, people have chosen Hive. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. It's Riot. Riot is seed. Hive is not one. But and I don't think nothing changed. B10C showed up again, and he knew that apparently. All right, let's continue. Where in Bitcoin can we find the Satoshi pattern? Have you heard about the Satoshi pattern? Is it in the very first blocks? Is it in the first ASIC mine blocks, in the first SegWit blocks, or on the first taproot blocks? The Satoshi pattern. I reused this question because this is more like mining focused, and there's another reason why I chose this question for this conference, because the researcher that came up with the Satoshi pattern is present today. He's Sergio Lerner. He also founded Rootstock. And so the majority chose the wrong answer, but it is in the very first blocks. The Satoshi pattern tells us the blocks that were likely mined by Satoshi. It looks like this, because when he released the Bitcoin client, that miner used a different nonce incrementation. These are the black lines. And every other person that just ran the default settings of the Bitcoin version 0.01 is shown in those red lines. And recently, like a lot of mining rewards from like block 2,000, 3,000 moved, and then people look, is it with a Satoshi pattern? No, it's not. Satoshi has not moved a single coin. And Sergio Damien Lerner, he is here. He has a talk, I think, tomorrow. We continue with the next question. While playing the strategy board game Go, Masahiro Hara, a Japanese engineer, invented which thing used in many cryptocurrencies today? Is it the Byzantine generals problem, quick response codes, onion routing, or air gap technology? A Japanese engineer playing the board game Go. Do you know the board game Go? Have you seen it? Maybe that helps you in finding the correct answer. One of those unknown heroes. All right. Okay. Yeah, most of you chose the Byzantine generals problem. It is implied as a strategy game, but the board game Go, I will show you a picture. It looks like this. That is the board game Go. And he found out you can use this to transmit information, and we use QR codes in everything now, not just PSPTs. And I think we have 2 more questions. I'm not sure. Are you ready? Which of the following valid hashes has the highest Bitcoin mining difficulty? We have 3 zeros, 2 zeros, 4 zeros, another 4 zeros. Leading zeros. Which of these valid hashes has... It is about mining. This is a tough question. We have Bitcoin mining difficulty, and the question reads, which is the highest difficulty, meaning the lowest target? And you have to know your hex codes to come to the right conclusion, I assume. All right, the majority chose incorrect. It is E. Yes. So unless you mined or you live on mempool space, you probably have not seen this. Currently, I think we are at 19 leading zeros, and because the difficulty adjustment is not in that large chunks, we have like a more granular mining difficulty where we also use like... Knowing the alphabet is also helpful, yes, but it was under time, so I don't blame anybody. So we look at the leaderboard. John is in the lead, and I think John is, can't be overtaken. So we have 2 more questions, but B10C, not bad. Like he's fighting, like he wants to be in the top 3. We continue with the next question. The Bitcoin opcode pushes the client version onto the stack and immediately hard forks Bitcoin. Is it op-write, op-ver, op-hern, or op-andresen? Which of these Bitcoin opcodes cause an immediate hard fork and is therefore was taken out of Bitcoin script? Or which of these opcodes even exists? That could also be the question. And the votes are in. Oh wow, a lot of op-andresen. Why would that be? Why would that be an opcode? It is, of course, op-ver pushes the version number onto the stack, and if somebody runs another node, like that crashes everything, and yeah, you hard fork your own coin. And did you know that, John? You did. What did you choose? Yes, that can only be the answer. I think B10C, I think he was at 8, now he's at 10. Like he can make it in the top 2. Final question, are you ready? Of who wants to be a Satoshi millionaire? Here it goes. In which year was the domain bitcoin.com registered? In the year 2000, 2008, 2009, or 2010? The domain bitcoin.com, when was it registered? And there is a reason why this is the ultimate question, because I was curious about this because we know Satoshi registered bitcoin.org, and currently bitcoin.com is owned by Roger Ver and the Bitcoin Cash crew. And why didn't Satoshi choose bitcoin.com? So a lot of people say 2009. That is weird. I mean, Bitcoin launched January 3rd, 2009. Bitcoin.org was registered in 2008, somewhere I think in August. In 2010, I think that domain was sold for $1 million. That was registered in the year 2000. Some Swedish company registered Bitcoin.com, didn't do much with it. Then Jesse Heitler bought it because he had like some ATM concept, and then sold it for $2,000 to a guy called David Lowy from Canada, a domain squatter. And Bob Somerville, the founder, originator, and host of this conference, was so kind and bought the entire domain sales records. That's why we know this, and looked into it. And he knows David Lowy as well. And he sold it for $1 million to Shao and Amir Taki, the guy that you saw with the gun. And then he sold it for an undisclosed amount, probably much larger, in 2014 to Roger Ver. So Bitcoin.com has been around since the year 2000. And let's see if something changed on the leaderboard. Oh, we have clear winners. John, congratulations. You're first. You get the Seedor kit then. We will switch the prices. Tom, you get an NFC hardware signing device. Tom, there you go. And Tim, you get all of the Bitcoin in the world. You just have to guess the right order. You can, if you want to dox yourself, the camera is live, you can come up and take the prize. The most difficult question was, who was the second employee after Phil Zimmerman? That surprised me, because I thought this was like common knowledge. Where did Hal Finney work? But yeah, Hal Finney worked at the PGP Corporation. Thank you for your time.